Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to give you a quick status update of where we currently are in the quarter. As you know, we had our discussion in our face-to-face class last week, and we began the discussion on performance measurement and then transitioned into performance budgeting. So hopefully, based on that discussion and the readings, you'll be well equipped to begin your research for your research paper that asks you to evaluate or assess an aspect of performance budgeting. Indeed, if you do have questions as you go forward in the research process, please be sure to let me know, and I can definitely assist and help you out in that regard. Now for Module 6, we have moved on to the revenue side of things. We will move on to the revenue side of things, and I think it's just it's a nice transition, and I think it's a much more interesting and probably creative way to look at budgeting. So we'll move on to that and first begin an overall discussion on revenue policy and strategic revenue policy and choices, and then begin to get into issues such as property tax and sales tax, income tax. And first we begin with reading by Christopher Hoyne. He's currently with the California Budgeting Project, but he had written a number of articles on Proposition 13 and its effect on jurisdictions and residents within California. Also, I'd like to let you know that if you go to the Grade Center, you will see an updated format of the Grade Center so that your grades for all of your exercises and assignments, quizzes, etc. are calculated on a running basis, so you'll have a keen idea and know exactly where you are in terms of your grade at that point in the quarter. And as your grades are entered into the system, they'll calculate on a running basis. So if you do have questions in terms of the grading center, please let me know. And finally, there were questions about the quiz, the previous quiz, and how you all are faring. And again, as I mentioned, your quiz grades have increased, have become better, and I'm happy to see that. Happy to let you know. And again, I think it's partly because of your familiarity with my quiz style and the style of questions that I ask. The average grade on the last quiz was an 85, which obviously is very good. And again, if you do have questions about anything on the quizzes, please let me know. And finally, we have a few weeks left before we meet face-to-face again. So as we go forward throughout the quarter, I know this is a transition in the type of budgeting that we've looked at over the first few weeks. So again, if you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. You can email me, give me a call during my office hours, or send me an email if you have questions, and let me know if there's a time when you'd like to meet. Other than that, I'll see you at the end of May, and certainly before that via these videos that I'll send out to you. Alright, thanks, and have a good weekend. Stay cool.